Been nearly a decade since we reported on a terrible accident, one of the worst road disasters in state history.
5 people were killed, many others injured when a runaway truck crashed at the base of Avon Mountain Road in July of 2005.
One survivor and the widow of one of those killed continues to fight the case in the courts. Chief political correspondent Mark Davis is live with the latest on that. Mark.
Hi, Ann and Keith. Good evening, everyone, from the Hartford newsroom. Big questions in this case. Did the DOT know that this road was a disaster waiting to happen, or was it all the fault of a discredited trucking company owner who allowed a faulty truck on the road? The fiery 20-vehicle pileup that eventually claimed the lives of 5 people and injured 23 occurred 9 years ago July, when the truck with faulty brakes careened down the steep 10% grade of Avon Mountain Road into the intersection below. 44-year-old Michael Cummings was at the lead of the line of cars struck by the truck. He was severely injured, but survived.
I suffer from post-traumatic and high-impact dreams, and so it's difficult to even talk about it.
A Superior Court judge ruled that Cummings and the widow of Chip Stotler, a young father among those killed, had the right to sue the DOT because the design of the road was flawed and they knew it.
Ellen Stotler, on behalf of her husband Chip and her family, strongly believe that Avon Mountain is a defective roadway, was a defective roadway until they finally put the runaway truck ramp in.
In 2008, the DOT realigned the roadway and added the runaway truck ramp after a second runaway truck crashed into a furniture store. A decades-old report had recommended the ramp years before the crashes. The lawyers for Cummings and the Stotler estate say this is practically an admission of guilt, but the appellate court threw the case out. That's why it ended up before the state Supreme Court today. The owner of the faulty truck is still in prison, his wife on parole. The DOT says they are totally to blame for allowing a truck with faulty brakes on the road.
The state has tried time and again to avoid a day in court.
It's 9 years later, and I'm still paying thousands of dollars a year in dental bills and therapy bills.
Now, what Mr. Cummings and Stotler's widow are asking is what the trial judge in this case said all along, that they should be able to present this case to a jury and try to prove that the DOT knew all along that this road was a disaster waiting to happen. The state Supreme Court probably will rule sometime much later this year. It may be close to 10 years before we have a decision on this case. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.